Hi everyone, this is the question we solved today, and still the same question where quite a number of people don't even know where to start from. That is 2 raised to the power of x plus 1 minus 2 raised to the power of x minus 1 equals to 20. And we are being asked to find the value of x. Someone might try to apply logarithm to each side of the equation, which is going to be complex at the end of the day. But there is a better way of doing that. The better way of solving this is to apply an index rule which says whenever we have a raised by the power of m multiplied by the same a raised to the power of n, and this actually equals to a m plus n. So what are we saying here? The left hand side is just the same thing as the right hand side. And if you look critically, the formula that we have here is just the same thing as what we have here. So I'm going to write the left hand side of this format. And at the same time, when we have a raised by the power of m divided with division sign, the same a raised by the power of n, this is going to be, we pick the first one, which is a raised by the power of n, but minus the second power. So exactly, if you look at this critically, you're going to see that this right hand side is just the same thing as this format that we have here. So we're going to need to write the left hand side, that is the left hand side of what we have there. Rewriting this left hand side here, 2 raised by the power of x plus 1. Now we're gonna have 2 raised to the power of x multiplied by 2 raised to the power of 1. It is just the left hand side, this left hand side of this. So the left hand side of this is just the same thing, x plus 1, and the power is split into x then 1, the same piece. Minus 2 raised to the power of x, but this time around we're going to have division sign for the left hand side. If this is what we have, the formula we have, and this is its right hand side, so definitely we're going to split the power with division sign. This time around it's going to be there. Then we have the same base. Then the power which is 1, then it's still there, and the whole of this just equal to 20. If we're going to write this, we have 2 raised to the power of x multiplied by 2, then minus, so we're going to say 2 raised to the power of x, then this division sign is still here divided by 2. This equal to 20. It is obvious that 2 raised to the power of x is common here, so it can be factorized out. Therefore, we're going to have 2 raised to the power of x into bracket 2 minus 1 over 2 bracket close, all equal to 20. Actually, it is glaring to the eyes that when you subtract half from 2, definitely you're going to get 1.5 or 3 over 2. But how do we get that? We just say, okay, this is fraction. You make this look like a fraction also, which is also fraction as it is. Then we just say the LCM of 1 and 2 is just 2. They're saying how many of this one we're getting here. Of course, this 2 multiplied by this 2. Of course, it's going to be 4 minus s. How many of these 2 are we going to get here? That's going to be 1. Then 1 times 1 gives me 1. So at the end of the day, we have 3 over 2 here inside the bracket here. That is 3 over 2. Therefore, at the end of the day, we have 2 raised to the power of x. Then this is in bracket now, which is 3 over 2 bracket close. Then all of these t equals to 20. So actually what I'm looking for is x, the value of x, and is here. Then I don't need this, that is beside that. So I'm going to look for a way of eliminating this so that I can have what I'm looking for at the left hand side, then another thing at the right hand side. So what trick am I going to use here to eliminate this? Or I can multiply it by its reciprocal, and its reciprocal is 2 over 3. That is 3 over 2 multiplied by 2 over 3. Actually, it's going to cancel that. And in my memory, whatever I do to the left hand side, of course I have to apply it to the right hand side. If I do that also, I have multiplied by 2 over 3 here, and definitely to this left hand side, 3 is going to go for 3, then 2 is going to go for 2. So at the end of the day, I have 1 here, so I'm now having 2 raised to the power of x. I'm going to multiply this. Then if I do that, 20, if this is fraction, make it this looking like fraction also by saying over 1. So 20 times 2, that's going to be 40, and 1 times 3, of course, is going to be 3. So I have 40 all over 3 here. However, at the end of the day, I'm going to have 2 raised to the power of x, and this is just equal to 40, everything, that is 40 over 3. At this point, I can now apply log to both sides of the equations. This now becomes log of 2 raised to the power of x equals to log of 40 over 3. Put this in brackets to make it easy. According to the rule of logarithm, this power of x is going to come here. Then what am I going to have? X log of 2 equals to log of 40 over 3. Put this in parentheses. Now, to this right hand side, we're going to apply a certain logarithm here. And the rule says, well, we have log of a divided by b. Of course, this turned out to be log of a minus log of b. Applying this rule to what we have here, then our solving problem becomes log of 40, then minus log of 3. And we're going to divide both sides by log 2 so that we can have the x we're looking for at the left hand side here. So dividing this side and this side by log of 2 so as to eliminate this. So we're going to have this divided by log of 2 here, then the whole of this divided by log of 2 here. Mission accomplished here. This cancels this. We have the x that we need at the left hand side here. Then we have the both of these at the right hand side. Therefore, x just equal to log of 40, then divided by log of 2, then minus log of 3, then divided by log of 2, because this denominator is going to split into 2 as it is written exactly here. Is there anything we can still do here to simplify this further? Yes, of course, we can break down 40 here into multiple of its prime factor just by saying 40 here, then you have a rule here, then begin to divide by simplest prime factor here. Starting from 2 goes here, of course, that's going to be 20 here, then using 2 again, then we have 10, and at the same time, using 2 again, we have 5, then we're going to use 5 here, then we have 1. Of course, that elementary method is going to help us to simplify 40 into its simplest prime numbers and making it easy to simplify the whole stuff further. Since we can have multiple of 2 in 3 places exactly here, that is 2 raised by power of 3, then multiplied by 5. So 2 raised by power of 3 multiplied by 5 is exactly 40. And that is exactly what we're going to do here. So we now have log of 2 raised by the power of 3 multiplied by 5. And put this in parentheses. Then all over log of 2. And the minus, stay there, having some nice time. Log of 3, still having some nice time also there over log of 2. And don't forget, the whole of this right hand side is just what's just equal to x here. The next thing we're going to do is to apply our log rule to this area, as it is being said that whenever we have log of a multiplied by b, and this actually is going to turn into log of a then plus log of b. Applying this rule carefully to what we have here, to log of 2 raised by the power of 3 times 5 actually is going to become, that is x equal to log of 2 raised by the power of 3, and at the same time, because of the multiplication sign, then we have this expression now. It becomes another plus then log of 5. Yeah, that is what it has just turned into according to this rule in logarithm. And don't forget, the whole stuff is over log of 2, which we write carefully here. Is still all over log of 2. Then this side has not gone anywhere. It still has some nice time there. Then carefully written again. That is log of 3 minus log of 3 over log of 2. The next thing we're going to do is to split this denominator into 2 because of this plus sign. So this denominator log 2 affects this log 2 to the power of 3, and at the same time it affects log 5. However, the whole of this now going to become having x equal to log of 2 raised by the power of 3. Now that the denominator is split into 2, we have log of 2 raised to the power of 3 over log 2. Then this plus sign is still there. We have it there. Then log 5 as it is. Log of 5 over log of 2. Then this right hand side, that is here, stay there. We'll have it there minus log of 3 over log of 2. Now we're going to apply the rule of logarithm here, which says log of a raised to the power of n. Actually, this is the same thing as m log of a, because the m is going to come to this side as the same thing is going to happen to these three. Then at this point, x now is now going to be equal to 3 log of 2 over log of 2, then at the same time plus log of 5 as it was before over log of 2, then minus log of 3 over log of 2. Obviously, everybody knows that this log 2 is going to cancel this log 2 here. Then the value of x now is going to be equal to, we have only 3 here, that is 3, then plus log of 5, then over log of 2 minus log of 3 over log of 2. At this point, we're going to need a certain logarithm to be applied to this side and at the same time to this side. Remember, if we have log of A over log of B, this can be written as log of A, then base B. That is to say, the lower log is now the base here, and the second is going to be applied here. Therefore, I can now write the value of my x to be 3 plus log 5 into base 2 minus log 3 into base 2. I can also write this in a better way by applying certain rule of logarithm to this part. And the rule says log of A minus log of B having the same base x, and this is going to result into division, which is log of A over B in parentheses then into base x. Applying the same thing to this part carefully. Now our x is now going to become 3 plus log of 5 over 3, everything into base 2. Actually, this is the final answer for this question. Remember the question that we started from, which is 2 raised to the power of x plus 1 equals to 2 raised to the power of x minus 1 equals to 20. And for the value of x that we've got, we're going to check if probably the value of that x is actually correct. To verify this, we're going to insert this value of x, that is 3 plus log 3 log 5 over 3 into base 2 into position of x, and see if the left hand side is going to be equal to the right hand side. We have 2, instead of having x, we insert 3 plus log 5 over 3 into base 2 into the position of x as it is. Then with this addition of 1 here, we're going to do the same thing here and set just 1 minus 2 as it is 2 raised by the power of x. Don't forget, this time around we have minus 1. What we're going to put here is also the same thing as minus 1. Then the whole stuff now equal to 20. Therefore, we're going to confirm if this side, that is the left side, is going to be equal to 20, which is at the right hand side. As we can see, this is indices in appearance, so then we're going to apply the rule of indices here in order to simplify this. Remember that when we have A raised by the power of x multiplied by same A raised by the power of y, this is equal to, we're going to pick the first one, which is A raised by the power of x, then add the power of the second one plus y. As it is from this question, we have this format, this right hand side here, the right hand side, that's what we have in our question, so we need to write the left hand side of that. Also, don't forget that if we have division between the two variables there, that is A raised by the power of x divided by A raised by the power of y, this time around we're going to pick the first one as usual, then subtract the power of the second one, that is A raised by the power of x minus y, provided we have the division sign between them. So as it is here for this side, if we can see clearly, this is the part that we have the right hand side. We have the right hand side, so we're going to write the left hand side of that part. Therefore, this expression is now going to become 2 raised by the power of 3 times 2 raised by the power of log of 5 over 3, that is into base 2, then multiplied by another 2 raised by the power of 1, as it is, then minus this 2 now, 2 raised by the power of 3, then multiply because of this plus. If it is multiplication, we have plus, added the power together, so we have the same 2 log of 5 over 3 into base 2. Then this time around that we have minus, it shows that we're going to divide the right hand side. So there's going to be division at the right hand side, the left hand side. There's going to be division, and exactly the same thing you do here. So this time it's not going to be multiplication; it's going to be division sign divided by 2 raised by half 1. You're still checking if this is going to be equal to 20 or not. Going further in this, 2 raised by the power of 3, actually that is going to be 8 multiplied by here. There is a certain rule you apply here too, which is rule of leveling. So this aspect of this expression, which says whenever we have a raised by the power of log b, then into base a, the log into base a is going to cancel the main a here, and the result is going to be b. That is, this cancel this, then the result is going to be b. Bringing that here, actually what result is going to be, because this is going to cancel this, then our result is going to be 5 over 3. This is going to cancel this, then we have 5 over 3 as a whole here. Then multiply by, we still have 2 raised by power of 1. We still have minus 2 raised by power of 3, so also 8 as usual. Then the same thing is applicable here. We have 5 over 3 here, then divided by 2 raised by power of 1. We're still checking if this is going to be 20 as it was in the question. Okay. To simplify this further, we have 8 times 5, that is 40. 40 times 2, that is 80. So here we have 80 over 3 here. 80 over 3. This minus is standing here. Now here we have 8 times 5 divided by 3, that is 8 times 5 divided by 3, then divide by 2 raised by the power of 1, which is exactly the same thing as 2. Then in mathematics, we're going to change this one to multiplication signs for easy calculation. Then we're going to reverse this. So if this is over 1, this is over 1, then if we do that, we have 8 over 1 multiplied by 5 over 3, then multiply by 1 over 2. So it's no longer 2 over 1, it's now 1 over 2. Then if we multiply that all together, what are we going to have? We're going to have 40 over 6, that is 8 times 5, that is 40, then times 1, 40, then 1 times 3 times 2, that is going to be 6. So minus, we have 40 over 6, in which this side we have 80 over 3. So that is what we have now. We're still checking if this is going to be 20 or not. In order to solve this left hand side, we're going to find the LCM of 3 and 6, which is exactly the same thing as 6, and do the subtraction stuff and see what we're going to get. In which the LCM of that is 3 and 6 is actually 6. So how many 3 I'm going to get here? That's going to be 2. Then 2 times 80, that is going to be 160 minus 10. How many 6 am I going to get here? That's going to be 1. Then 1 times 40, that's going to be 40. Then at the end of the day, 60 minus 40, I'm going to be left. Don't forget, we're still checking if this is going to be 20. So 160 minus 40, that's going to be 120 over 6 over 6. Then still checking if it's going to be 20. Then if we divide this, 6 goes 0, that's going to be 1. 6 going 12, that's going to be 2. Then in 0, that's going to be 0. So we're 20. So we have 20 here equals to 20. So which shows that the value of this answer of this x, that's x equals to 3 plus log 5 over 3 into base 2, is actually correct. Meaning that all the steps in solving that are actually correct right from the beginning to the end for the given question. Just before we go, keep on loving my Marys.